now as I go full throttle, there is a sound that it doesn't sound like the usual engine sound that I know of. Do I need to go into sport mode? Sport. Alright. Sport mode is on. Let's try this CVT versus that in the car I tested yesterday. Is this a CVT? It is a CVT, right? This engine note is weird. It doesn't sound like an engine. You know, most engine, right? Be it if it's a 4-cylinder, they will sound like hey. This one sounds like a huge fan. It's like sucking in a lot of air like that. Yesterday, I test drove a sedan, and today is an SUV. And this one doesn't have the adaptive suspension and things like that. Oh, pretty neat. It controlled itself well there. Sorry, I need to put my things in the door bin. Wow. Okay, it doesn't have the kind of intuitive chassis balance, but it's neat. You can tell they have put it through this type of tests. It's a neat chassis. Try not to use too much brakes, use the lines. Okay, that is something that is very hard to modulate just now. What happened just now is the turbo went off boost, and I want the boost to come back, and then when it came back there is a little bit of a push, something like a shift shock like that. Can I put it into the gear? Manual mode is on. It's telling me that. Go away, go away, go away. Please, move it back to your lane. M2, now in M2. Does it shift up itself? Yes, it does. Alright, I appreciate that. M3. Downshift ones. So the difference between today and yesterday is I carry a lot more weight, right? Yesterday the Vios is a very lightweight car, but at least this car I can put the wheels exactly where it needs to be, and then it doesn't deviate from my trajectory in any way when I'm pushing it. So pretty decent. And the weight transfer is alright for an SUV without any adaptive kind of sport setup suspension. I think it's very tidy, very neat. I'm impressed. Okay, what I established is this. It's not the type that was set up to do something like this, right? But the underlying chassis is a good chassis. It's a well-engineered chassis. Wow. This shows one thing, you know. And this is a reminder to a lot of car makers, right? Currently, you still have your dealership networks all across the world. You still have your factories all over the world. You have your contracts, your tax incentives from local governments where you set up your factories, yada yada yada. You have the legacy of your brand, yada yada yada. You have some patents that you've collected over the years, yada yada. And business still seems as usual. Alright? However, you look at what these Chinese brands are capable of now. Why? Simple. China is a huge market. Their main fight, their main battle is in China itself. They're fighting against each other in China. Everybody try to out R&D each other. Everybody try to do their best against each other in China. And this market is so big that they are profitable, and then they compete until a stage whereby they decided to, let's hire that guy who has worked maybe in Mercedes-Benz or BMW or Audi for X number of years. Just hire him over. Hire him as well. Why? That company? Good, let's buy it over, because they are cash rich now. And when you buy those companies, you don't buy them and then try to cut your own costs with them, like what Ford did, right? Ford bought these companies maybe for the share markets, maybe to trigger the share price, maybe to just satisfy some egos, right? However, China, they buy these companies to learn, to grow. And what this car shows is, it's a heavy SUV. It's not made with any exotic materials. It's only fitted with Continental Ultra Contact, so it's not like it's a super high performance tire. But what it demonstrated just now, the chassis, what shines just now is the chassis. It is a very, very well engineered chassis underneath, and we know for a fact that this car has nothing to do with Volvo's. I know Volvo's new CMA platform, Spa platform, they all handle very well, but this one is Geely's own creation, and it is very, very good. Okay, what it demonstrated just now, it handles better than an X-Trail, it handles better than a CRV. I don't mean just the highway driving, you know. You see what I did just now with the car? It handles better than that. It is in the league of the sporty SUV handling kind of stuff, but it's not there with the CX-5s or the Tiguan or the Peugeot 3008. But those three are some of the best handling SUVs out there, right? This is maybe near the Tucson or slightly same as the Tucson or above. You know, it's a car that is well engineered. So it's not just that you have all these beautiful bits, this beautiful interior, smooth drivetrain and all that, right? Wow. So what this shows is this. If the Japanese or the current establishment, if they don't buck up, right, all of a sudden it will just change, because they did not arrive as a budget alternative. They arrive as they arrive as a budget alternative of premium brands, right? They give you the look and feel, the touch and smell of Euros. Why is that so? See, in China, you cannot deny that there is this, they are more pro-Europeans than Japan, right? I think for historical reasons. And then for X number of years, the number one selling brand in China has always been Volkswagen and Audi's. So if you're a Chinese car company, you look at the number one player, when you want to build your own car, you will of course benchmark with them, right? And Volkswagen and Audi's has long been well known for their interior build quality, the solidity of their cars, the handling, the packaging, the fit and finish. And this shows that when they benchmark, I believe in Geely or Great Wall or Haval, in their R&D center where they buy competitor cars and dismantle them, right? There are not many Japanese cars in there. I believe so. Mostly would be the Germans. And it shows in the cars they built. And if a few more of these gonna come to the global markets, good luck GM, good luck Ford, good luck. I mean, if an American were to be seated into this, he would totally change his mind about China-made cars. Stealing technology? Nonsense. Steal from who? Ford? For their interior build quality? Or GM? Nah. This is... my God. Geely. I'm happy that Proton ends up in Geely's hands. But again, this car is also so far away from what Proton engineers in Malaysia used to build in terms of its architecture, in terms of its technology level, that I'm starting to worry that if our Proton engineers can contribute anything from their experience, because these are next generation cars compared to what they are building currently. I hope they could, instead of just a liaison with local parts suppliers, and the designer as well. Damn, this is alright. Cheers.